there was another injury on Friday at Jake Atlas. He got knocked off the front page of, Injury Land by the guy who was more picturesque when he bent his arm back. But otherwise, that's the point is, I know you can't just give away every big match, although Tony Khan tries, but you can't give away every big match for free on television. But if they launched a series of quarterly specials on this network that they were given as a make good, the network felt bad about having to shift them over to TBS. So do something with it. Make it something. It was like a Nick Goulas Night of Champions, where just every once in a while, if a town was down, he'd book 6 matches, make them all for titles, and he'd pull like the ladies' U.S. title belt out of his chest of drawers, or make the world 6-man champions, and you'd never see that title again. They just made shit up. So real quick, on Friday night on Rampage, the opening match was Adam Cole against Jake Atlas. And remember, we talked about this on one of the shows last week, where this is a guy that old Uncle Dave just went nuts over. He's outstanding. He's fantastic. He's fabulous when he was in the Indies. And we'd seen him on NXT, and it was like, sorry, it ain't there. So I wasn't going to even watch this show, but when I heard the guy got hurt, I heard that this match was on. I thought, okay, I will watch to see whether I missed something about the guy and what happened here. And I'm not happy he got hurt. I feel bad for the guy. He's got a nice smile. I'm sure he's a pleasant, friendly young man. But here is Adam Cole on Friday night on national cable, going 20 minutes with a guy that nobody has ever heard of in the overall scheme of things. They may remember him from NXT. He's not been on any other television. He's got a nice smile. He's regular sized with no charisma or distinct personality. And he does modern style dance routines and cartwheels like any one of 400 other wrestlers on the indies. Same size, same style, there's nothing different or special here. But yet again, Adam Cole is going 20 minutes with nobody. Jay Lethal is not on this show. Powerhouse Hobbs is not on this show. FTR is not on this show. We could talk about other people that aren't on this show, but it's filled on a weekly basis with guys that wrestle like Uncle Dave likes, and very few who wrestle seriously or try to get over or sell tickets or know how to do that. And so, the guy, he doesn't suck, Jake Atlas. He's not horrible, but he's just one of an interchangeable number of underneath guys that they have just neutralized Adam Cole. It's just ridiculous at this point. And he was giving this guy the majority of the match because he was going over in the end. But that's what they're trained to do these days. I'm going to have the best match in the history of wrestling with anybody they put in the ring with me. And the booker wants them to do it. So anyway, the finish was where he got hurt. Jake Atlas tried a springboard and was going to get super kicked when he landed. And that's a dangerous trajectory change. And the reason, Brian, if you do those springboards, right, and you're springing in and you're going to do a double sledge or you're going to do a drop kick or whatever you're going to do, you're concentrating on taking your own bump, but also the move that you are giving the opponent, because you're on offense. Yeah. And you can keep track of those things. But the reason why this is a dangerous thing to do, and you see, guys do it. I think Shelton Benjamin used to do a great super kick, and I saw somebody do this with him, but
Oh, Shawn Michaels you talking about when Shawn Michaels caught Shelton Benjamin when he came off springboard?
Well, then it was the other way around.
Yeah.
Shelton does a great kick, but he's also so athletic, and Michaels caught him with the kick. Here, what you're doing is you're jumping off and you're having to watch and focus on the other guy doing something offensive to you that you're speeding toward, and it's split-second timing, and you're going to meet in the middle, and you don't want to get your teeth kicked out. But that's where your focus is on. And as a result, when he landed, Jake Atlas, his left knee just buckled sideways on the ring because he wasn't looking where he was landing, and he was having to reverse his trajectory quick, so it couldn't be a rolling continuation. It had to be a stop, short, back type of thing. And it blew, I'm sure he blew his ACL, if not one of the ligaments in his knee, or at least tore some cartilage, because it buckled on him. And that was why he was landing hard with the theory of stopping his momentum and then flying backwards. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So anyway, from that, Cole couldn't do the Panama Sunrise because Jake couldn't hardly stand up. And if he did stay, he finally stood up, bent over, but he couldn't go anywhere. So Cole just put a fake leg lock on him and tapped him out, which, I mean, I say fake leg lock because what's he going to do? Wrench the guy's injured knee, but it made sense to...
It was the right thing.
To attack that, yes.
It sounds like.
But then, as this was AEW and you can't have a match without it, the heels were then supposed to, because now here comes Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly. And they're going to cut a promo, and they're supposed to, I'm sure, kick shit out of Jake Atlas for the save, but they couldn't start kicking the shit out of the guy that was down there screaming and yelling in pain, so they just, promoted him and menaced him. And here comes, I swear to God, not only did they play the music, but here came Pockets with this long chain that he was wrapping around his fist, like that's the kind of chain you can use to punch somebody. It was like fucking 3 feet long. If he'd hit somebody with it, it broke every knuckle in his fucking hand. And he's followed. They couldn't come out together because Pockets can't run. He only walks to save this guy. So the Puddin' Gang hangs back and then comes out about 10 seconds later and joins him. And I swear to God, the 3/4 of the Undisputed Era bailed out of the ring and ran from parody wrestlers. So not only again did this poor guy get hurt in a match that nobody's going to remember except him next week, but Cole, Fish, and O'Reilly, before they've ever even had a main event match in this company, have been relegated to weekly bailing out from the threat of the Puddin' Gang. I'm not making this up.
You said a word before that was perfect. Adam Cole's been neutralized. This was a guy that on NXT, which wasn't a perfect show, stood out, seemed like a star, great promo, great matches. The way he's been used, who he's been used with, the presentation overall has led to Adam Cole just being another guy there. When they brought him in, he wasn't Danielson or Punk, but he was the most exciting current guy at that moment they could have gotten.
If he'd have been the only surprise debut in the match that he debuted in,
yeah, that's right.
He would have got over a lot stronger.
And now with him, and I didn't watch this match, but he's doing these promos, and I've seen Adam Cole's promos in NXT. He's doing some promos where he's making the face where he's trying to be as bad as he can. He's talking about Orange fucking Cassidy.
Yes.
How am I ever supposed to take this guy seriously again? And I don't know what it is. His physique has stood out more in AEW than it ever did in NXT. And, whatever excitement I once had about the Undisputed Era being the Undisputed Era somewhere else is kind of gone.
Yeah.
And where are they going to go from these guys? Then they're going to do a feud with the Bucks. They're going to break up with them. And then what? I don't know. There was a million different ways you could have used Adam Cole to kind of capitalize on Adam Cole to fans like me. But You know, who cares about fans like me?
I certainly don't.
I know.